Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. Today on the show, we've got big moves being made by Kanye West and Tiger Woods, Sony's turn to feel the wrath of the fanboys, the Fantastic Four cast reveal, this week's best sneaker releases, and of course, a Hard Pass. All right, let's start with some hot takes. Kanye wore black Air Force Ones. Boring. He took a picture with CEO of Adidas. Yawn. Vultures. Blah, blah, blah. Super Bowl commercial that only aired in Chicago and Miami because he ran out of money? Like, who gives a wait? He dropped the price of the Yeezy Pods to what now? So, Kanye dropped the price of his own Yeezy Pods from $200 to $20. Okay, now that's interesting. Yes, everybody who's not a Kanye stan got their jokes off about these sock things a couple of weeks ago, mostly because it was two pieces of rubber glued to some socks and was priced at $200. Now, if he had just sold this for $20 in the first place, even I would still have gotten my jokes off because they make people look like human flamingos no matter what the price point is. But I would respect the move because he's finally fulfilling his promise of making Yeezys affordable. But because he priced it initially at $200, people can infer one of two things. And it entirely depends on how you view Kanye. If you still ride with Kanye, pricing it at $200 was genius, and dropping it to $20 is another example of his genius because now he proved he can move product at any price range. Now, if you're over Kanye and just tired of all the bullshit, pricing it at $200 was foolish, and because only a few people bought them, he had no choice but to drop it to $20 as a way to recoup cost. Either way, he's still making some money because if there's one thing Kanye has always been good at, no matter what era we're talking about, it's charging $200 for something that looks like it costs $2 to make. So yeah, genius chess move by him, I guess. Anyway, moving on to other parts of the internet. Shout out to Cenat, the most popular streamer on Twitch, can now add Nike at, well, wait. No, he's not an athlete, but the numbers and audience he brings might be more valuable than some Nike athletes. Nike lost to Kai, so they went and signed another Kai. Huh, what a world. Anyways, Cenat is now part of the Nike family, but his role is streamer, I guess? Hey, however he gets that Nike bag, that's cool, man. Can't wait for the signature Nike Air Riz or the Nike Kai 9 that I'm sure is going to confuse sneakerheads over the age of 40 or 30 or actually like 25, maybe even 20. Yeah, 20. I think that's about right. That's the cutoff. Anyway, some comedian said you can't wear Jordans over 40.
I have a pair of Jordans.
Yes.
And I don't know if I could pull them off just because of the age. You know, we saw it. Put it back out.
We're good. Okay.
I'm just saying the Jordan shoe in general.
Yeah.
I'm 50.
What do you think is the cutoff? What would you do?
I'm gonna say after 40.
Sounds like a bitter old who has never felt the relief because it ain't no joy of winning on the sneakers app. I do agree though, you shouldn't be allowed to wear Jordans once you're over 40. Take it from me, a kid who can't legally rent a car in California without having to pay a daily surcharge for being under 25. I mean, you know what I mean? Yep. After months of leaks and seeing them on James Harden's feet for basically the entire NBA season so far, Adidas has officially unveiled the Harden Volume 8. Now, my Gen Z memory might be shot because I feel like we already did this back in November or something. It's like a restaurant that's been open for months and is just now doing a ribbon cutting ceremony, or when Fortnite was in beta for like 3 years before it officially came out. Like, yay, congrats on the grand opening, James. That blue and white pair looks neat. Send us a pair for an unboxing, though. Seriously, I want to try them out. Now, look, we're anti-Jordan fusions here on Hard Pass. I know that was a weird transition, but stick with me. We understand that a big part of the Jordan brand business model are retros and sneakers that are inspired by retros. However, the Jordan Fusion series from the late 2000s that combined classic J's with Air Force One tooling, an abomination. A crime against all that is dear and holy in sneaker culture. I never want to see another pair of Fusions for as long as I live. However, this upcoming Jordan 2-3 that combines the upper of an Air Jordan 2 Low with the tooling of the Air Jordan 3 feels right. Like, was the tooling of the Air Jordan 2 the problem this whole time? I mean, The Air Jordan 1.5 that combines the Air Jordan 1 upper with the Jordan 2 sole kinda just came and went. But for some reason, the 2.3 looks like a long-awaited course correction of the Jordan 2. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they just went ahead and renamed these the Jordan 2s and just pretended like the past 35 years didn't happen. But wait, does that mean that I was wrong about the Jordan Fusions this whole time? Am I so out of touch? Nah, it's Nike and the people who like Fusions that are wrong. It couldn't be me. No, it couldn't be me. No, is it me? It's not me, right? No, right. Before we move on to the pick of the week, let's talk about the official reveal of Sunday Red, Tiger Woods' post Nike apparel and footwear line. I was in attendance for the reveal and it had all the makings of a sneaker launch event. Let's see. Fancy setting? Check. Products lined up like they were art pieces? Check. Featured athlete being interviewed by a famous broadcaster while the rest of the media in attendance might be lucky to get a word in during a quick Q&A session? Check. And we didn't even get that. It was everything that I would be, it's why I don't know what to think about Sunday Red just yet. Why? Because according to Tiger and the Sunday Red website, they aim to bring a new and elevated standard to performance wear and luxury lifestyle fashion. Based on what I saw, it's a lot of stuff that fits firmly in the Tiger wheelhouse in terms of style, fit, and colors, but maybe at a higher price point because the quality is definitely there. Is that elevated? I guess. Is it new though? See, the sneaker that they claim can be worn on and off the course looks like something you would see at the front of a Cole Haan store at the mall. Not really. So let's just wait and see on that new part in the claim before I can really make an assessment. As for the logo, which has been a source of a lot of consternation online, yeah, I kind of wish Tiger would have asked for Frank. Look, he said at the event that he didn't even bother asking for the TW logo, which is not surprising. Tiger wanted a clean slate, and he's getting it, even if a lot of it looks like Nike gear but with Sunday Red branding. But Frank showed up towards the end of his run with Nike, and Frank is really cool. Like, if Frank was on those Sunday Red gloves, I would buy 10 pairs tomorrow. That's right, 10 pairs, as in gloves on both hands, baby. Don't doubt me. Anyway, pick of the week is the Air Jordan 9 Golf in white and black. This is going to be on February 23rd for $230. So a similar pair dropped all the way back in 2016. However, the free-inspired tooling that was found on those shoes has been replaced with something that more resembles the proper Air Jordan 9. The other big change is the patent leather mudguard, which we've seen on other Jordan 9s like the cool gray, but never on the OG white and black colorway. As somebody who thinks the 9s are a little underrated in the Jordan oeuvre, it's nice to see these get some love again. So after Xbox allegedly turned heel on their most loyal fanboys last episode, it was Sony's turn this week, saying that the PS5 that launched in late 2020 and has been a pain in the ass to buy until very recently is entering the latter stages of its life cycle. I mean, sure, that's technically true, but it could have been worded a lot nicer. Now you've got the Sony faithful and the people who just got a PS5 this holiday season feeling like crap. Also, we shouldn't expect them to release AAA titles on the level of God of War Ragnarok or Marvel's Spider-Man in the next fiscal year. Translation? That either means no top-tier first-party drops until the latter half of 2025, or they're already gearing up for the PS6 launch in 26 or 27. If that's true, y'all better hope GTA 6 does drop in 2025 and it's the greatest game ever made, man. Wow. It's like everybody forgot how to do good PR or something. It's weird. Meanwhile, Nintendo, aka Skechers, and I saw your comment and I'm not taking that back, is over to the side holding all the goodwill right now. Will they screw it up too and announce that we'll have to buy all of our Switch games at full price all over again if we want to play on their next console? Probably so, but we don't know yet. Oh, hey, The Verge. Your title is incomplete. It says Apple fans are starting to return their Vision Pros. That's cap. It should say Apple fans and clout chasers are starting to return their Vision Pros after they finished wearing them in public and posting clips on social media for rage bait. You're welcome. Marvel Studios has revealed who will take on the roles of the Fantastic Four. It's going to be the Mandalorian, the girl who I can't tell apart from that other girl, that one guy who was in Andor, and that other guy who was in Stranger Things. Maybe. Promising cast, Marvel. Look, hey, at least I'm not one of these fanboys online raging because Reed isn't going to be played by Jim from The Office. Besides, we already saw what that looked like and honestly, did nothing for me. By the way, that Deadpool and Wolverine trailer? Yeah, I'm intrigued. Shout out to Tom Wamsgam for cashing in, man. It's the second best post-Succession gig I've seen from that cast so far. The first, Logan Roy, narrating the story of Tekken so far. Of course. All right, it's time for this week's Hard Pass. We're going to take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go, like the Orlando Magic botching the jersey retirement of Shaquille O'Neal. Last week, the Orlando Magic finally retired Shaq's number 32 and raised it to the rafters. It's a day that a lot of millennial basketball fans never thought would happen because they remember how the Magic franchise did Shaq dirty when it came to contract negotiations in '96. Oh, and it also didn't help that Shaq wasn't the most mature guy on his way out the door either. Seems like the bridges were forever burned on that one. But eventually, Shaq was invited back to the franchise after he retired, earning a spot in the team's Hall of Fame in 2015. The only thing missing was a jersey retirement ceremony, which is something the Magic hadn't done for anybody until this past week. And look, even though he was there for 4 seasons, Shaq being the first to get his number retired seems appropriate, as he was their first superstar. I just wish they would have gotten the jersey right. If you look at the graphics for the ceremony and the special Jeff Hamilton jacket that the big fella got, they're all period appropriate. Home white, pinstripes, blue letters, black numbers with a blue outline. But for some reason, the jersey that was lifted to the rafters was based on the current style the Magic use now. That's weird, man. Like, I bet whoever was in charge of that played a lot of 2K and kept adding 90s Shaq to modern day Magic. Not great, Orlando Magic. Not great. And I know what some of you are going to say. Well, Jacques, your 17-time world champion Los Angeles Lakers bought Shaq's jersey retirement too. And you know what? Fair play. We deserve that. But hey, while we did it first and it was bad, Orlando Magic should have been better prepared then. So, if we're being real here, Orlando's botch was worse. No wonder Shaq left y'all in the first place. Thanks for those 3 rings, guys. And now I'm probably banned from Disney World and Universal Studio. Damn it, see what you did getting me all right. Anyway, all right. This week's actual hard pass goes to Patrick Mahomes. As a fan of the still 5-time world champion San Francisco 49ers, we have now suffered 2 heartbreaking losses in the Super Bowl to Jordan, aka Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Patrick Mahomes is Jordan. Shout out to Bomani Jones, who was among the first media personalities to call Mahomes Jordan. He was doing it long before everybody jumped on the bandwagon this past week as everybody tried to explain Mahomes' greatness. And like he often is, Bomani is right. Mahomes is the proverbial him. Mahomes is inevitable. Mahomes is Michael Jordan. Yes, the 49ers did run into a string of bad luck, like Dre Greenlaw tearing his Achilles running onto the field. Then there was the muffed punt that landed on the foot of Darrell Luter Jr., who I honestly had never heard about until that day. Then there was the block extra point. Then there was the apparent lack of awareness of the new overtime rules, although I would chalk that up more to poor planning by the coaching staff and not bad luck. Regardless, even if all those things had gone the opposite way, Jordan is over there on the other side. Not the Cowboys, not Aaron Rodgers, Jordan. And Jordan don't fuck around. Okay. Now, we're going to dedicate the rest of this hard pass in breaking down the ways Patrick Mahomes is not Michael Jordan. Because while the rest of the sports media world is going to run with this take like it's a one-to-one direct comparison, there are a lot of obvious ways that Patrick Mahomes is not Michael Jordan. Let's start with their sneakers, because Hard Pass is ostensibly a show about sneakers. Kinda. Prior to the Super Bowl, Adidas revealed the Mahomes 2 Impact Flex, a follow-up to the Mahomes 1 Impact Flex, which debuted in August 2021. If you were a fan of Mahomes and his trainers, you had to wait 30 months to go from the Mahomes 1 to the Mahomes 2. That's a long wait for signature shoes, man. Even Joel Embiid think that's a long time in between signature shoes. Meanwhile, new Air Jordans during MJ's playing days were a yearly cultural event. Not only did we get fresh new kicks, we got new marketing campaigns and instantly classic commercials to talk about. Sure, Patrick Mahomes is in a lot of commercials, and some of them are pretty funny. But can you name any of his Adidas ads? It's fine. Take your time. I'll wait. Okay? No? Not that easy, huh? Now, you can say that cleats and trainers in football just don't resonate in the culture the same way basketball shoes do, and we're currently in an era where very few performance footwear resonates in the culture, period. But the NFL is the undisputed king of sports in America, and Patrick Mahomes is their biggest star. How that doesn't translate to huge sales numbers for his signature trainers to even non-sneakerheads is a little surprising. Maybe if Mahomes could convince Taylor Swift to wear them on her Eras tour now that the season is over, that might help. Actually, that'll probably help Mahomes more than winning the Super Bowl if we're being real here. Wait, is Taylor Swift the real Jordan? Nah. But that would be a hilarious bit that we could put together that would really piss off some people in the comments. Anyways, back to the Mahomes is Jordan of it all. Another reason why the comp doesn't work all the way is because Mahomes is still playing. Since it's getting a lot of play in the media now, people are going to say that Mahomes is Jordan as a lazy shorthand and not add context. We're so far removed time-wise from MJ's entire career that not everyone remembers that he went through phases. MJ didn't just get drafted by the Bulls in 1984 and start winning championships right away. He was excellent from the jump, sure, but he didn't win championships. He had to lose, struggle, and learn before he started to win rings. So is Mahomes' early days come fly with me Jordan, primetime Air Jordan, or last dance Jordan? For me, Mahomes right now is in his first three-peat Jordan era, a force of nature who was learning how to win regardless of who's playing alongside him. A lot of analysts were saying that Mahomes' supporting cast was not on the level of prior Super Bowl wins, and after I saw that his receiving corps led the league in dropped passes this year, I agree with that assessment. And yet, Mahomes still won. As a Niners fan, I feel the same way about Mahomes that Charles Barkley once felt about MJ during the 93 finals. We can say we had the best team all year long and that we were destined to win it. But if Mahomes is in the way, it just doesn't matter. And then there's the personality. From all accounts, Patrick Mahomes is a nice guy. Michael Jordan is a lot of things, but nice ain't one of them. Great spokesman for sure, but nice guy? Nah. If anybody had any doubts about how single-minded and focused Jordan was, The Last Dance removed all doubts. Call it a hunch, but I don't think we're going to get a documentary 30 years from now that exposes Mahomes as a jerk who constantly bullied teammates to tears. The occasional blow-up and fight? Probably. I'm sure he's had to wrangle Travis Kelce more than a few times through the years, but it's unlikely Mahomes is ever going to be mistaken for a bully. And for some reason, a not insignificant amount of people are going to deem that a demerit to Mahomes' legacy. Because in sports and apparently tech, you can be a Hall of Fame that nobody likes, but if the end result is rings and infinite shareholder growth, you're a visionary. Those people will have you believe that the only way to achieve transcendent success is by being a dirtbag, when really all those people are just projecting and justifying their own trash behavior. If Jordan is proof that you can bully people to GOAT levels, hopefully Mahomes can prove the opposite. So yeah, Mahomes is Jordan, but they're not pointing at each other like they're the Spider-Man meme. And apologies to all the Tom Brady fans out there who are annoyed by all this Mahomes is Jordan talk. Yeah, your guy does have more rings than Jordan, but let's be real here. Even at his peak, was Touchdown Tommy as must-see TV as Jordan or Mahomes? That undefeated regular season when he had prime Randy Moss and was just balling notwithstanding? I'm going to say no. Respectfully, that's a hard pass. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you for watching Hard Pass. I am Jacques Slade. I'll see you next week. If you would like to possibly be featured in a future episode, call us at 818-493-9325. Leave a short message or socials if you want, no more than 30 seconds. All right, I'll see you next week. Peace.